Alright, I am troubleshooting a 2015 Freightliner with a DD15 engine, and you see these common codes: 4364.18, 4364.1, SCR NOx conversion efficiency low and very low. I'm going to show you a common problem on this one and what I think is causing this issue here. So the first thing I did when I got this truck was I actually ran an SCR efficiency test to see if it was going to fail or pass, and it did fail. So basically, I'm going to run through the troubleshooting steps. If you run through the troubleshooting steps, it'll tell you to do a DEF quantity test and to test your DEF quality, etc. I've run into these codes so often, I know a couple of quick things to look for. That's what I'm going to tell you. Number one is look for soot on the outside of this heat shield, usually coming up on this sensor here, or you'll see it in the coming out of the vents of this heat shield. Look for soot. If you see soot, that means that the DPF clamps are most likely leaking, and that's a common problem and a common cause for this fault code. The next thing is that when I remove this, I look inside of the port here to see if I can see DEF. Not just a little bit, but built up. And if you can't see real well in there, or bore scope to look in there, what I do is I take off this front DPF filter, and then I look down in this way from this angle. And as you can see, there's a large buildup of DEF down there. And what happens is that as the DEF doser is dosing through that hole that you see right there, the exhaust flow comes through the DPF and then shoots down on top of that DEF doser flow. But as the exhaust comes down and then goes into that next chamber there, it's pushing that DEF straight down, and it causes the DEF to collect at the bottom of the one box. And then as it builds and builds and builds, your DEF no longer goes into your SCR. It just builds up right there at the bottom of the mixing chamber, and then you'll not have the NOx conversion efficiency because it's not getting enough DEF into the SCR. So there's something called a DEF awning kit that you attach to your one box right there above that port that breaks up that exhaust flow and keeps that DEF from building up at the bottom. So that's what I'm going to install on this truck. What I'll do is just remove that DEF down there, and then I'll install this awning kit, and I'll run another SCR efficiency test and make sure it passes. This is the amount of DEF I got out of there, so it's actually not that much, less than I thought. So this might not be my problem. Usually when it's a major issue, it's a lot more than that. So either way, I'm going to put on this DEF awning kit. Here's the DEF awning, like an awning like that goes over your head, you know. It's got these two studs attached, and it's got two nuts and bolts. And what you do is you take this template, and I can't tell you where I got this template. We just have some here. Basically, you put this, cut it out, you put it over your DEF doser like so, and then you mark your two holes, one there and one there. And I'm actually going to be drilling through the side of the one box, and then I'm going to take the awning kit and put it inside the one box. That's why I have to have that DPF removed inside the one box, so that the two bolts come out this way and I attach the nuts there and bolt it here right above the hole, so that when this injects it, the exhaust stream comes down, that awning kind of deflects the exhaust flow so it doesn't push it all straight down to the bottom of the one box. So I just poked some holes in that diagram where the holes are supposed to be, and then I used a Sharpie and pushed the Sharpie through the 2 holes I poked, and now I have my holes marked. So I'm going to drill, this is an outer shield, and then the actual one box itself is behind here. So I'm going to drill with a small drill bit these ones out, and I'm going to use an oversized drill bit to drill big enough so that I can get my nuts and bolts on there, or my nuts and washers on there. And then I'm going to come through with the actual correct size to go all the way through so that the bolts can come through, and I'll show you. Yeah, I've drilled the larger hole on the outside and then my actual bolt hole on the inside. And I just started both of these over here. I'm going to do the same thing there. And when I'm ready, I'm going to put my awning kit in through the inside. And there you go, there's the final outside and then the actual awning kit. Yeah, that awning is right there. It blocks the exhaust gases as they come down. They get dispersed by that.